Being a disciple is a pretty broad area, but I think that at the heart of it, most people would agree that it's a relationship with the Lord. Well, I like to look at what I call 3 themes that I believe come out of that relationship. I'm Chris Flanagan. This is Transforming Gaze. So the first theme is we're set apart. See, in John chapter 15, verse 16, we read, "You did not choose me, but I chose you." In the Old Testament, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 22, we read, "And you shall be my people, and I will be your God." See, God called us from all eternity to be set apart for Him. So what are some of the ways this would look like in our everyday lives? Well, if you're an employee or employer, you're a Christian employee or employer first. If you're a student, you're a Christian student first. If you're in a waiting room, you could pray for the people in the waiting room. If you receive a scam call, you can pray with a scammer. I have, seriously. Look, it gets them off the phone really quick, if nothing else. But there was one time the scammer didn't hang up, and then we were both confused. But that's an exception. See, as Jeff Cavin says, if you're not distinct, you'll become extinct. A bit like Terry the T-Rex here. You are a T-Rex, aren't you? Right, I just want to check. Some of you are wondering when the dinosaur bit was going to kick in. Okay. You see, if we aren't distinct, we can easily fade into the background of society's latest woke worldview. And if we do that, we may as well become like Terry, really. You see, as Father Mike says, as Christians, we're called to live distinctly because we carry God's presence with us. It was what made the ancient Israelites distinct. It's what's meant to make us distinct now. But it's not because we're more special than anyone else. It's because we're meant to show the world a better way to live. Because in our own distinct way, we're meant to bring God's love, God's healing, God's compassion to the world. And when we do that, we're meant to show how God sees the world and how God sees His people at that particular moment. And it's a way ultimately that leads to real freedom. And that brings me to our second theme. We're set free. See, Colossians chapter 1 verse 13 we read, "He's delivered us from the dominion of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of His beloved Son." See, God wants to set us free from the bonds of our sin and our woundedness. He wants to unbind us from the patterns of those things that bind us, so we can live in the free, full authority as His children. But that's not simply for our sake, that's for others as well. And that brings me to our third theme, serving. We're God's disciples to bring His healing of love and compassion to a very hurting world. So how do we do that? Well, firstly, in our own circle of influence, with our spouses, our family, our children. Secondly, to the church. We're meant to bring that distinctness, our own form of healing, love and compassion, into God's body, the church, so we can be healthier, more full, more of what it's meant to be. And when we do that, the church becomes more of what God intended it to be so we can bring that out to the world. And finally, thirdly, to others, to strangers, those unexpected encounters. If we live in that distinct life, other people should be able to see that distinctness and have that encounter with God's love and compassion. So when we do all that and put all of that together in those three areas, I think we can show the world what a disciple can be: set apart, set free, and serving. And if we do that, what an impact can that have in the world? Thanks for watching. Well, if you like this video, like, comment, share, or even better still, subscribe. It all helps. So until next time, God bless, and don't be a Terry. I didn't mean like that. We'll talk about it, okay?